Welcome to Cowgirl Talk, where we empower you to live authentically through real food, real talk, and real life. Sisters brought together by our love of cows. We're your host, Emily, a dairy lover and personal trainer living in Florida.
And Becca, a corporate cowgirl holding down the family fort in Pennsylvania. Let's go, cowgirls!
Hello, and welcome back to Cowgirl Talk. We've made it to episode 50, which means we are wrapping up season 5. And we gotta say, this is a little bit of a see you later from Becca and I and from Cowgirl Talk. It's not a goodbye. I want to make that clear, but we just have some big life changes coming up and not exactly sure what life is going to look like. I got a baby on the way. Becca's just grinding it out. Nose to the grindstone, is that what they say with your job?
Yeah.
And we just don't know exactly what life's going to look like. So we're given a little bit of I feel like we've always had some breaks between our seasons, but we can't really give a definitive answer on what this break is going to look like.
Cowgirl Talk maternity leave.
There we go. Yeah, and maternity leaves change in time frames.
Even influencers have maternity leaves, right?
Yeah, you know, it's a hard knock life. I got to take some time away from it every now and then.
Actually, I was thinking of you the other day.
Oh, thanks.
My favorite podcast that isn't ours, The Toast.
Oh, yeah.
The one is pregnant and they're getting ready to take her maternity leave starting in June. And then as soon as they announced her maternity leave, the other sister announced she was pregnant.
Oh.
I was like, okay, so who's going to do the toast?
Yeah, at some point the time overlap.
It's going to be like 6 months without both of my favorite swirly sisters. And so I'm sure that's how people feel about us.
Yeah, obviously. Y'all just heartbroken, torn up, don't know what to do with yourself the rest of the day about us.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm interested though. If the one though is the one sister like newer, where maybe there'll be a gap of 3 months that they can record together and then they'll have to.
Well, so yeah, it's like the 1 month they're doing just the one sister who's not as pregnant.
The less pregnant
and the less pregnant one. And guests. So they're doing that. And then for the month or two after that, they're doing Patreon episodes. They're still making content, you just have to pay for it.
Yeah,
like if I'm gonna make content while I have a baby, they're like,
yes.
This is a house of business. And then they're doing it's called Toast Herstory instead of history, herstory, which is like they're making fun. Anyways, it's funny. So they are re-releasing iconic episodes for all the new listeners to get the toast lore. And I was like, I don't know if we've been in business long enough to have Cowgirl Talk lore.
Yeah.
Maybe like ticks or like favorite food obsessions or Emily loving cottage cheese. Like there might be a little bit of lore, but
yeah. I'm trying to think
much.
of. And I mean, we could do some of where we've had, our episodes are from, but we've had some pretty awesome guests on here and could do a little bit of that, something like that.
Yeah, I feel like we can probably just reshare an episode for every week. I mean, we have 50 of them, Jesus.
Wow, we're so fancy. I know, 50 feels like a lot because, our schedules have navigated a lot of different time frames and such. So getting to 50 for us, it's like, damn, this feels like a lot. But then I know some podcasts for the toast, they probably have hundreds?
What?
The toast, how many episodes do they have?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah, like hundreds?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, so they maybe have a few more to pick from, of where it would be harder to scroll back, where ours, scrolling back to find an episode, it's probably not that difficult.
Well, I mean, if we started at the beginning and went through 50, then I guess by that time we're like, okay, we probably got to come back.
Oh, it's been a year. We gotta make our way back, or say this is not a see you later anymore, because that's a little bit of that's a very extended see you later.
That's how we gave up.
Yeah, never mind, guys, we're not coming back, but we'll keep you on your toes. You never know.
Okay.
But to wrap up our season 5, we thought it would be fun because we kind of we did an iteration of the high-low, but then one of Becca's coworker came up with Buffalo.
Yeah. Rachel from Zimpro. Yeah.
So
Shout out Rachel for that, because people love
clever. And it rolls off the tongue. So our thing has always kind of been the high-low buffalo at the beginning, which honestly always takes up about half of the episode anyways. So we figured it would be fun to do a little bit of a high-low buffalo of 2025 so far, as honestly, we are just about halfway through the year, right? So that's crazy. And it's kind of honestly a really fun way to reflect back on the year, because I was going through and typing mine out, and I, kind of had to think through, because the year just flies by always, and having to go back and think of some things. I was like, oh, this is a fun way also just to, for me personally, to reflect back on my time of the year so far.
Yes, I keep thinking of things I'm writing down my little sticky note.
Yes, see, it's fun. Yeah, you think of things, and it's fun to prep in there, to put in there. So, do you feel like I should have scrolled through my Instagram to I'm like, okay, what have I done that I've forgotten? I did that with my pictures because, with Derek Dennis, I just take pictures of everything. It's, not a bad thing, but it's ridiculous how much content I have on my phone. So, that reminded me of one of my highs of, just like one of my travel highs that I literally forgot about. I was like, okay, girl, that's not forgot
let's hear it.
What
is it?
Aruba. Going to Aruba for my 30th. I was like, wait, shit, I did go to Aruba.
I forgot you did that. That's how I felt about Hawaii.
Right? I was thinking of some travel highs. I was like, wait, we haven't really, where have we gone? We haven't gone out of the country or anything. I was like, gosh, Emily, we went to Aruba. That was really cool.
Yeah. Tell me, how long were you in Aruba? What'd you do? I can't really remember.
Yeah,
it feels
so
like it's been 10 years ago.
I know. One of my highs of 2025, it was just, I could kind of combine it. It was just all the little travel and family moments in between, right? Because I feel like that has to be high. Those are some of my favorite moments of getting to see new places, travel, whether it's far or abroad, and getting to see family in different capacity. But yeah, I got to turn 30 in Aruba. Ruben planned that trip and everything, and we kind of combined it as my 30th, baby moon, and just basically combined it with a wedding anniversary as well. We just threw it all in there. And we did a Monday to Friday, which it was a really good time frame. I liked that time frame. Of course, I could spend lots of time in Aruba. I could spend more time there if we had the opportunity to, but it was a cool trip, beautiful island, and we kept it really chill. It's one of the more chill vacations we had, because we really just kind of stayed at the hotel and stayed at the beach, which, our family, very often our vacations are so on the go, and we were trying to keep it kind of opposite of that.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Yeah, you were there at the same time as my in-laws.
Yeah, it was funny. We were leaving that Friday, and it was Friday morning, and you texted me that they were in the casino. So we would have walked right by them on our way out to our taxi.
Yeah, because they kept texting me after they would leave. They're like, "Oh, we looked for your sister." I was like, "Well, why didn't you tell me while you were there?"
Yeah, you can't do anything now.
Yeah, so I thought that was a funny coincidence.
It was, and it was funny that the time that they did text you that, hey, we're in the casino, it was not crazy early, but it was morning still, and they were just hanging out, doing their thing in the casino. So I was like, oh, okay, well, we missed them a little bit, but we almost caught them, but the time frame just didn't work out. Oh, and we saw, for anyone who watches, which I don't even really, but I just remember this guy from your bachelorette trip, the bachelor show lore of where we met Susie Evans, and
yeah, that was crazy.
One of the guys who was in that circle or that friend group. He was, I forget his name already.
Oh, Matt James?
No, it's the guy that's friends with the guy that Susie Evans dated. He was at the Ritz. I texted the bachelorette group, and I was like, oh my God, there's a guy here, y'all.
Yeah.
I
can't remember his name, but I remember us texting about that. Yeah, I feel like that is the third time that The Bachelorette follows me. That one time at Wadi Alai, I met Ben. Uh-huh. And we literally talked about cows and sustainability and had a drink at the bar. That was crazy.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, Susie bought me a tequila shot, bought all of us tequila shots. And then, yeah, that. So I'm like, the Bachelorette just wants me. Too bad I'm married. I feel like I'd be great at it.
Too bad. They would kill to have me.
Oh my God, no, I am so not enough of anything to be on The Bachelor.
We could
No,
work
I mean,
out, like, if we want to come in with a very specific personality trait or angle.
Yeah, I guess, this is getting into one of my lows, but my face looks so stupid on camera, which this podcast has taught me. And
Damn, I thought you were going to make that a buffalo. That's your low? You're being...
Yeah.
That's harsh.
Well, okay, it was
but it's
supposed
allowed.
to be
You're
funny,
allowed to feel that way.
but I just, look at my face on the videos you post, I'm like, why do I look like I have 3 brain cells left?
No, but for real, it is... You think of, like, oh, I'm listening so intently. I probably look so poised. I probably look so interested. Yeah. And then you look and...
I'm like, oh, damn. I look like all the time? Yeah.
This is what I look like when I'm not being intentional about my appearance or smiling.
That's like how I feel whenever I get my passport photos back. Like, there's no way I look like this.
I got a new one 2 or 3 weeks ago now, and I swear, I tried doing the smize thing. It felt like I was crushing it. You know, the smize of... Because you can't fully smile, but you can maybe smirk a little bit. And I looked, and I thought, I shouldn't have even tried smirking. I just looked stupid. But again, I don't know if anyone loves their passport photo. My license picture's super cute, because you're allowed to freaking smile.
I know. The passport's like, no, we need to see what you really look like.
No, and I haven't felt... Like, with my pregnancy, I haven't felt that I've, nothing's changed drastically other than, of course, my belly. Because some people, may get swollen or different things really happen. And I felt very lucky on that. But in that photo, I was like, my nose looks pregnant in that photo. And I don't even know if it's true. But I was like, this looks ridiculous. So
my nose looks pregnant.
Well, because some people, that's apparently a thing. Pregnancy nose. Mm-hmm. I guess it can just... your face just gets bigger. And I was like, I think it happened. The only time I've noticed it, I swear, is in this freaking passport photo. And probably
And
not.
everybody who watches Cowgirl Talk video, so welcome to the party. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, we're not supposed to look at our faces as much as we all do, right? Within our society, the amount that we all stare at ourselves and see ourselves is so much more than what we were ever meant to. And that was what's her name? That's like a study or something that I know doctors or maybe not doctors, but professionals have talked about of just why we often all feel the way we do is because we're not literally supposed to see ourselves this much in mirrors, in our phones, in pictures, in Zooms. Like, we're not
supposed to be aware of what we look like.
24/7.
We're supposed to pretend like we have no idea what we look like.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Well, now that I know what I look like, it's too far gone. But if I hadn't known what I looked like, yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah. To just pretend that I can just pretend to be whatever I want to be. But yeah, when you have to stare at yourself all day, every day in some capacity, it's hard to not just constantly get caught in it and critique it. So I feel that.
Yeah.
I forget where that even stemmed from. So now where do we want to go back to?
We're back to our highs. It stemmed from Aruba.
Yeah. So some of my highs were traveling, some other travel, traveling with Farm Bureau, going to National Convention in Texas. That was very cool. Cow shows, getting to just see family, whether y'all came down here or I came up there, and getting to watch Penn State in the semifinals of college football was so cool, even though they lost.
That was this year?
Yeah, it was beginning of January. Wow. Again, I have to look back at my pictures.
Yeah, I'm probably missing so many things in mine.
When I tried kind of condensing it, but that was one that, even though we lost in a very sad way, it was so much fun.
Yeah, and plus, you were there with Ella, and then Tyler was there.
Yeah, I got to see a lot of people.
It was just a good group of people, yeah.
And good atmosphere.
Man, I should have, scrolled my photos.
Well, gosh, I'm sure you still have some good ones, right?
None of them are, earth-shattering. Or, oh, I forgot I did this. Well, some of my buffaloes are, I guess.
Yeah, okay, so your highs. What's one of your highs?
Well, today is technically my wedding anniversary that we're recording.
Yeah.
I haven't convinced Joey to have 2 wedding anniversaries yet.
Well, so, I mean, you could maybe do this could be your casual one where maybe I'll do a fun little cheap or affordable activity, right? This is where we always do a takeout at home movie or something. So it's like, well, we can do
that's
it.
what we do literally every Friday night. So
Okay, so maybe that's why you can't convince him.
I know. But so yeah, today's technically my wedding anniversary, which would have been Friday when you're listening to this, like the previous Friday. This is when we got married in the courthouse, which was the best decision ever for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my first wedding anniversary is this year, technically in time for this episode. So
Heck yeah, yeah, because we talked about it last week, but now it's officially happening. And then your wedding, I don't want to say your real wedding anniversary, but your fancy. Which one's the real one? Like,
we decided May 11th, the Saturday.
Yeah, you would confuse everyone if you say, nah, y'all, what are you guys talking about? We didn't get married on May 11th. You weren't there.
Yeah, so May 11th, because technically we got married in the courthouse on Thursday.
I didn't realize it was 2 days ahead. I mean, it makes sense, but...
Yeah, because then Friday was the rehearsal dinner.
True.
So I told Joey yesterday, I was like, good morning, happy 1 year of the last day before we were married anniversary. And he was like, what? I was like,
Becca, go away. I'm putting my AirPods in.
Today, literally. Yeah, so today's the courthouse, and then tomorrow will be the rehearsal dinner party anniversary, and then Saturday will be...
Maybe I can see why he said, you know what, we're not going to celebrate every single one.
But so this weekend we're going to go golfing and go to dinner at the place where we had our first date.
I was going to say, are you excited about that? Because you don't love golf.
No, I mean, I like golf in these situations where we call it, can we play my type of golf?
Yeah, yeah.
Which is just hitting the ball as hard as I can and drinking.
Hey, I just want to drive the ball, and then I don't give a shit about where the ball goes.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do.
And like in Hawaii, I actually had a really good round. Like, I don't know, Hawaii turned me around on it because it was just like so much fun. And then the cart lady was basically riding the course with us, just like giving us the town. Drinks? Yeah, giving us the town gossip and giving us drinks. And,
that's hilarious. That does sound fun.
Because like our actual anniversary trip, we're not gonna golf because it's at an Omni resort over Memorial Day weekend. And Joey was like, babe, they don't let you play your kind of golf on those courses on those days.
Then we're not doing it, buddy.
I was like, no, that's what he was like. I don't think you want to play. I think you would actually break down and cry. I was like,
that's good that he didn't say, well, I'm just going to do it by myself.
Yeah. Well, I told him to go by himself. I was like, just go by yourself. I'll go to the spa. He was like, man, I don't really want to get paired with people who are being really serious.
When you're going by yourself, you don't know who you're going to get paired with. And might be great, might be terrible.
Yeah. So that was wedding anniversary is a high.
Love that for you.
Obviously, we moved into our house.
Hell yeah.
Like, that's a high. And then the last one I thought of was one that happened recently, was I got a promotion at work.
Yeah, I was hoping you were going to mention that.
So yeah, like a promotion, not a, hey, we changed your job title. Congratulations. You know? Which is good, because sometimes that, like, indicates a step forward, but this is one of my first, like, genuine, hey, you're getting a new title, and also we're going to give you another person to manage.
Yay!
And some other things. So, yeah.
That's exciting.
That's cool. Yeah.
You've been grinding it out. I mean, that's why we're doing we always record early. Why did I say that so weird? We record early just because, I mean, you were in it all week with travel. And I mean, this week it looked like you were doing product shoots and...
Oh, yeah, I forgot this week I literally had a product photo shoot on Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah. So again, you were out there doing the damn thing and getting it into new places and new products. And so it's really cool to watch it, be rewarded. Because you can like and such, but rewards are nice.
It's a nice reminder that, hey, I don't suck at this, which I often, I wonder at least like 2 or 3 times a week.
Like, are y'all going to fire me this week?
Like, what? Yeah. I think we talked about this last week with the marriage, but the meme of a bride texting her husband.
You still like me, right?
we still on for later?
Seriously though.
Text my boss like, we still on for tomorrow? Can I come back to work?
Yeah, right, like nothing. I'm still hard, yeah? And then, just a little bit of validation. You know what?
Yeah.
We all need some external validation every now and then.
This made me realize, like, promo for work, and I think this was the year I was actually officially nominated as president of DGN.
Yeah, because not everyone, we kind of knew about it last year.
Yeah, because the conference.
Mm-hmm. But actually getting to take on that title and be in that title.
Yeah.
Yes, another great one.
Yeah, okay. I gotta write down something else.
See,
this is the thing.
But this is why it's also fun to just, for anyone listening, if you feel like, gosh, what's happened this year? It feels like a blur. Sit down and take some time to reflect on it, because you do realize, okay, we're doing some cool things. There's some fun things happening.
Like, look at all these things we've accomplished. So I think those are some good highs. I like my buffaloes, but
we have to wait.
That's the nice thing about buffaloes is you can't have, like, to try to break up the highs a little bit, you know? Like, it's still positive.
Because of...
Oh my God, so many amazing things have happened to me.
Well, you want to keep, certain things on a little bit of a higher pedestal, right?
Yeah. So, do you have more highs, or are you ready for buffaloes?
I have more highs.
Oh.
Well, gosh, sorry. I also moved, for anyone who doesn't know.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Bitch. So we moved. I have a house to decorate. I obviously don't have a cool picture wall behind me yet, but we moved back to Georgia. We're in the farmhouse, beautiful house, and we're back on the dairy farm, and just being closer to family has been really cool, especially as we head into our next chapter of life with having a baby soon. But with having family nearby, it's a transition, right? Of never knowing maybe when you're going to see people, or of having, I don't want to say less alone time, but a little bit, which isn't always a bad thing, because when Ruben travels, when I was in Florida, I would just be then, completely by myself, which I can entertain myself. I have Hudson, I would go on walks, whatever it may be. That sounds so lame. But here, Ruben was at a conference this week, and I just stayed back to get things done. And Monday night, I had Cinco de Mayo with the family and all the employees. And then Wednesday night, I went over to my mother-in-law's house with Monica, my sister-in-law, and had dinner. So it fills the gaps a little bit more. And I realized, I spent a lot of time alone while living in Florida. So it's been nice to, fill that gap. And again, another high is stepping into the next season of life of just growing a human and prepping. Yeah. Oh yeah. Just having a baby in a month, no big deal. Just like, honestly doesn't feel real. If I wouldn't talk about it, it's like, oh yeah, that's not happening. But that I would consider that a high, just knowing that we're going to become parents in a month and maybe a few weeks, because you never know when they make their arrival. And that's been crazy. I made a video yesterday. I posted on TikTok. Maybe I'll post it to Instagram, of just something I'm so excited for, but especially with it being my first, to grasp it being real and that it's actually happening, it doesn't feel real. It's something you can prep for, but you really can't. I mean, I've never done this before, so it's a weird state to be in of, holy shit, I'm literally going to be having a baby in a month-ish.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because you're getting close to, I feel like, the weeks where it's like, it could come in 3 weeks, or it could come now.
Yeah, I have weekly appointments now. What? They want to see me every week, and I think that's when they start to do, more of the checks and seeing how ready you are. And it's so weird. I'm like, oh my God, wait, I can't imagine it. Ah! So that's me currently. It's a high, but it's wild.
Yeah, and then you'll have, it's going to be a blur, because we're all, like, taking turns of when to come see you once Lay Baby arrives.
Yes, very excited for that.
Which will be exciting.
Yeah. Then I also, I think that's much appreciated for anyone who would do that, of knowing that we want to see family, of course, and everyone's family to meet their babies and such. But I love that you'll recognize as well, hey, it's maybe going to be a little chaotic. Let's kind of stagger our visits. And it also allows us to spend kind of the most quality time with you guys then as well if you're doing those staggered visits, right?
Well, yeah, and then you've got Erin, who knows what it's like to be a mom.
Yeah,
right?
Like, I
Who's
get
coming.
you need some time.
Well, and plus, like, she's coming in the beginning, so she can help you figure some things out. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know, if like Dad's coming back down or when we come, it'll be like one of the things I remember my friends have always said. It's like after the baby's born, it's chaos, and then it's kind of those few weeks after everyone's disappeared, where it's like,
oh, y'all don't want to help anymore?
like, oh fuck, I'm all alone, right? So
Yeah,
that's when
where'd y'all
Joey and I are
go?
trying to plan our trip is more like when you're like, oh, okay, nobody else is here. I mean, obviously you have family there, but it's not like the rush of people that you'll have.
Yeah, everyone's very excited. Yay, let's see baby, let's see you. And then, after, I don't know, a month, everyone says, okay, cool, we saw you, bye. It's
Yeah,
great.
like, we have our own lives to live, bye.
I still need you, help. So I'm excited for that, because I think Mom Graham, maybe Aunt Kathy will come down, pretty quickly. Aaron will come down in June, and I think Dad will do July, and then if you and Joe, or you kind of come in between that, or into July.
Well, yeah, we were thinking, let's make our plans.
Yeah, let's plan.
Because, like, Tyler's moving into his new house.
Oh, yeah. But not
So
till
we thought-
September, right?
Yeah, so depending on when he's doing that and when everyone else has their trips, we were like, maybe we could time it around that so we could see their house.
Yeah.
And then bring them along to come see you guys. So we don't know yet, but
Yeah, that's the thing too with having family in different places, but also then having some kind of close. You gotta be strategic about the visits to try to see as many people as possible.
Yeah, well, and I mean, if they wouldn't have like had a new house, it would be like whatever.
Yeah,
like,
no,
cool.
that's cool. That would be a high. If Tyler was on Cowgirl Talk, I think that would be a high for him. So I'm sure he would like to host, and well, maybe not, but he's gonna have to host and show everyone his new place.
I feel like he'll like it.
Yes, he'll be excited. All right, do we want to
What else?
Well, those are kind of my highs. Well, again, of what I wanted to, keep on the pedestal a little bit.
Okay. Do you want to do Lower Buffalo next?
Oh, I feel like we don't want to end on a low, right? That's kind of sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like,
only have
hey,
one
this was
more.
our low.
I told you, like, the camera made me realize I'm just, like, look stupid all the time whenever I'm listening. Like,
We just sit here, like, how do we change our...
I'm just like, how do people take me seriously when I
probably,
look like this?
actually, when you say that, I realize I'm probably just slouching and just hunched the shit over. I need to sit up, and it's maybe a good reminder. Yeah, like, okay. Maybe be more
stupid
intentional.
isn't the right word. I look so uninterested.
Well, God, sometimes, though...
And then sometimes, like, in the videos you post, it'll be like, is she alive? And then you'll say something. I'll go,
Oh, she blinked.
or I'll go like, or like, and I'll just react to like, oh, okay, wait, she's still alive. She's still paying attention. Like,
Well, I feel like this is so silly, but I'm like, if I smile too much, I'm going to get crazy
probably.
lines. I smile during everything, so
yeah,
I
like
gotta
I'm
be
trying it right
worried
now.
of those wrinkles. Yeah, that's
Like this.
creepy. Hey, I like it. Yeah, so we can't win, I guess. Sorry, maybe if we come back, it's not video anymore, but I kind of like the video.
I don't mind the video now. It's whenever we put it out for the world to see.
Oh, you mean
Which
like our
is
couple
like
hundred people?
300 people that see it.
Oh my God, it's everyone.
And they're all people who have like talked to me in person, so they're like, yeah, we already knew that was your face.
Yeah, girl, you're not surprising us.
Yeah. It's humbling to see yourself on camera.
Yeah, so that's your low of humbling. She's humbled. Cowgirl Talk is humbled. Becca. And so it wasn't all of the Zoom meetings during COVID and such. It's been Cowgirl Talk.
No, because I don't have to rewatch my face on those.
True. Again, we're not supposed to see ourselves this much.
It's the rewatching myself.
Yeah, I feel that. Or, I often do just a bun back because my hair is short and there's not a lot else I can do with it. And sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I love my slick back bun. And then I watch it back sometimes and I think it's little George Washington vibes, but whatever. We're going to rock and roll with it. Also, I need to, I think, tweeze my eyebrows a little bit. So again, you can just stare at yourself the whole time. Or I noticed this. I had a pimple I popped earlier this week, and that dark spot is, I keep staring at it.
I know. Yeah, I have one right there.
Life.
So see, that's probably the low, is like recognizing my face. And then the other one is just
recognizing my face. I just hate myself, but let's move on. It's fine.
And then my low were the ticks and the dead trees in the yard. Like my real low. Okay, nobody texts me that I have a beautiful face. I know. Okay?
I don't need your validation. Yes, I do. Yes, text me. Please, I actually do. Let me know. This is a cry for help for anyone who doesn't know.
Okay, my real low, that's actually like meaningful and not silly, is all the ticks that we kept finding in the house. That was
meaningful and your choice of words. This is the real, like meaningful. This means something to me. It's the ticks. Okay. Go off, sis.
Yeah, literally, fuck those bugs.
Language. Don't worry, I put the explicit thing on here.
You already said the F word today, I think.
Wouldn't be surprised if I don't remember saying it. It's a pretty normal part of my vocab.
And dead trees. The dead trees we've realized we have in our yard, because that's going to be expensive.
But has the tick low turned into more of a higher buffalo now, right? Because you've kind of fixed the solution.
It's not a high or a buffalo. They're gone, yeah. But the fact that we have them and have to do this still remains a low.
Yeah, those, Becca would send us Snapchats of just, it was an insane amount of ticks.
It was like multiple times a week.
Well, especially since they carry disease.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was my low for the year.
Well, I'm glad we've come to the mountaintop of that.
Yeah, and we went on a tree planting for work this year, which was great. Like, we go to our farms and we plant trees to build these buffers to help protect waterways that end up in the Chesapeake Bay. And they had it mowed in this, like, field where we were planting trees. And there was one point where there were, like, 5 or 6 on each leg at a time. It was one of the most unbelievable.
Ew.
Like, it was disgusting. And everyone was like, we got there and they're like, hey, watch out, there's ticks everywhere. And the first one,
I'm getting the heebie-jeebies right now. I just
first one I found crawling on my arm, and then every time we would plant a tree, we would stand but be like, okay, like, check, is there anything on me? And then we would move on. But the one, I had to walk through really tall grass, and it was like 5 or 6 on each leg.
Oh gosh, I'm getting
I know.
The creepy heebie-jeebie
and they
goosebumps.
latch on, so you can't just brush them off.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so pictures of me from that event, I was like, you cannot use these on any
marketing
materials.
Your smile is so strained.
Well, like, I had my socks up over my jeans and my shirt tucked in. I looked fucking ridiculous. And Alex is like, Becca, these are great pictures of you. I'm like, Alex,
fuck you.
Look at my outfit. So I was like, as long as you crop it's only like here up, fine.
Man, so...
And I had on, like, New Balance sneakers that looked like these old man shoes. Like, I looked ridiculous.
Becca has her compression socks on and her shirt tucked in. But no, it's worth it, because
ticks are so fucking gross.
Well, they must be... I haven't been in Pennsylvania. I haven't lived there since 8 years ago now. They're really
bad.
Yeah, is it
everywhere
gotten worse?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe warmer weather, probably. It doesn't get as cold anymore.
Yeah, it has to be like, there's maybe a month out of the year where they're gone.
Oh,
it's
gosh.
Crazy. Yeah.
Ew.
So, anyways, what are your lows?
Yeah, let's move on. I'm getting creeped out. Ew, I'm just going to shower after this, just for good measure. Doesn't it make you just feel itchy?
I know, my skin's been crawling since.
Okay. Ooh. Mine is, luckily not about bugs, because I hate bugs. I don't know.
Birds?
No. Mine's,
Oh.
Well, yeah, the birds, but I feel like we've kind of come to a little bit of a standstill. For anyone who doesn't follow me on Instagram, I've had some barn swallow drama, and they're just very persistent birds, and they just build muddy nest, and they literally have an entire farm and horse barn to do it on, but they try to choose our porch. But I've put up spikes, I've put up reflective disc. I spray it down as soon as they have any base of mud before it's even a nest. And I've started to put down some strings. And I think it's helping. So
yeah,
I think I'm, we're solving it maybe. Maybe they're going to come back in a week and be like, you thought, girl, you thought, and they're going to destroy me. We
already figured it out.
They're going to destroy me. So that's kind of a high now. Maybe I'll call it a buffalo because I don't want to hijinks it. Hijinks it?
Jinx.
Is hijinks even a word?
I don't know. Hijack is.
That was weird. Well,
here, keep going. I'll Google it.
My brain is actually shrinking, though. It is real with pregnancy. So sorry if you guys listen to me and think, what the fuck is she talking about? But a low for me is just...
Hijinks refers to boisterous, mischievous, or rowdy behavior or pranks, often for fun. So the birds are hijinks. They're hijinksing.
Yes. So I didn't mean to use it in that way, but the birds live up to that word. They're definitely mischievous.
Oh, the behavior is fun and not serious.
Well, I think the birds are just trying to have fun, but I take it very serious.
Buffoonery, clowning, tomfoolery, shenanigans, and horseplay.
That's what these birds probably think, but it's a serious matter to me. So maybe not the perfect word for it.
That's funny.
But in a little bit of a more serious low for me, it's just really, well, especially this year with knowing that I'm heading into parenthood, but even in the past year or two, and since starting a business, I started Dairy Girl Fitness full-time, went with it in 2019, and for me, a low has been, and I don't know if, it's a low because it's been hard, but I know part of business is navigating business transitions. And when I first started Dairy Girl Fitness, it blew up, honestly, fairly easily. And I think the timing of it was right before COVID. I established it before COVID, but then COVID happened. More women were home, probably had a little more money to spend more time because, again, we couldn't do anything else. And it just maybe wasn't as saturated on social media. So the first few years of Dairy Girl Fitness were booming. And it was just much easier to sell, to have women join. And it just, when that happens, it feels like, okay, yeah, women really believe in what I'm doing. And it gets really easy to tie everything into growing, into making more money, into having more women join. And, at one point, I can't remember, it was either summer 2021 or 2022, would have been 2022. We had 3 coaches. We had almost 100 one-on-one clients. We were doing group coaching. We were doing the apparel. And everyone was like, yeah, let's keep doing it. Let's buy and let's continue joining Dairy Girl Fitness. And it's not like that anymore. The way that people buy, the online space is different. We're kind of out of COVID right now. And so there's the waves of how people buy, of how people view things online, and having to navigate that growth slowing down and just sales being lower. Our team is now smaller again. We're down to like pretty much just one assistant coach. It's been a mindset battle to not tie worth into it because it feels like, we're still doing a lot of things right. We've helped more women. We have more testimonials. We have more proof of, hey, I've been doing this almost, 6 years. Y'all should believe in it now more than ever. But just the way that, business goes, people view it, it's not the same. And it's hard to make that transition when it goes really, really well. And now it's like, okay, it's still going well, but in a different way. And it's mentally hard, to just not tie your worth into everything like that. So that's me being a little more serious.
Well, and the things you're saying are what, every business goes through. Mm-hmm. Like, you've always got to offer something new. You've always got to change. Nothing stays the same. So you're starting to experience, I don't know, it's like not special to DGF or DGF what you're experiencing, but it's just probably taken longer for your business to come to a point like this of like, well, no, I feel like every 5 years in a lot of businesses is okay, or 6 in your case, but really 5.
Well, 5, yeah.
It's like, okay, time for big transition. There's something about the 5-year mark, no matter where you are, it's something drastic has to happen.
Yep.
And something big has to happen. And this is your first big 5-year, like, all right, how do we shake this up?
Yeah, and that's the thing too, of you're navigating it on your own, right? Because it is my business. I am the brand. I am the business. So it feels like everything comes back to you of like, oh,
Yeah,
well, people
well, it
just don't
does.
like me anymore. People don't like me anymore. People,
No,
da-da-da-da-da.
people just wanna be out and about.
But that's the battle that's, yeah, tied with it. But knowing, like, when you put on your, okay, get out of tunnel vision, let's be realistic. It is, like
Yeah.
you said, okay, like, this is part of running business, but it's now my first time kind of experiencing that, oh, you got to come down from there's the waves.
Yeah.
This is the wave coming back down and navigating that. It's like, wait, no, fuck this. I want it to be easy again, or where
Yeah.
people like to buy a lot back then.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, honestly, you probably have to go through this to be able to predict what the next one's going to be. Because
Yeah.
you wouldn't have predicted this.
No. Yeah. And right when I'm doing it all for the first time,
Yeah.
you
it's
just kind of think
okay.
that it'll keep growing. It's easy. Cool.
Yeah, no, now it's like, okay, what's going to be the next low that I have to go through?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, which usually is when the best things come from that, whenever you're forced to have to think of something new and to change.
Yeah. And
is
honestly,
when the best products come out.
well, and it's when I started Dare Fitness, or even when like I graduated, whatever, I never thought I'm going to be an online personal trainer. I'm going to start an online business, and I love what I've done. But that was never initially a plan. I mean, I created this knowing there was an opportunity, and it's been so much fun. But when
Yeah.
people always ask about what's the 5-year, 10-year plan with them, I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be an online fitness coach forever. So it is an opportunity to see, okay, what is next and what does serve me best in the next stage of life. And, as I head into parenthood, maybe it is like less of a certain thing and more of another, which is what I'm creating, like with my Dare Fitness Collective, which is a membership, right? So it does
Yeah.
force you to look at it in a different lens.
Yeah, I mean, DGF was born from a low.
Yeah, it was.
So what's next?
I'm
the
a
next
phoenix
phase.
rising from
Yeah.
the ashes.
Literally. So, you know what? This is good.
Yeah.
You needed this.
Yeah, because it is it's weird though, yeah, to go through it.
Phoenix.
It's like Harry Potter, right?
You're a wizard, Emily.
If I had a wand, I would wish this shit away, or just no. But it's good. You have to go through it to recognize of, okay, really, what is worth my time, or what do I really want to put effort into to continue to make it work. And maybe it forces you to recognize, okay, maybe it's not this area that I've been focusing on pretty much solely for the past couple years, and maybe I now do want to transition a little bit into this side of things. And so for me, it's been like one-on-one coaching has been the thing since I started in 2019, and now recognizing that's still a big part of our coaching, but I'm going to be a parent, and I maybe want to create that other offer, which I have now, and just being able to look at business in a different way, knowing my life's going to look completely different. So it's a hard thing to navigate by, kind of when it's like your business and it all falls on you. But it is a good thing in terms of recognizing what direction really do you want to go then?
Yeah. You'll get it.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's my little bit more of a serious low. So
Okay.
not anything
Well,
crazy.
What about buffaloes? Let's bring it back up.
Yeah, that's why I was like, you want to go to Buffalo's next? I was like, we can't end on lows. And it's not that anywhere super, super bad or heavy, but it's like, we got to end it on our fun little Buffalo. So I have a couple here. So should I just like read through them and we can go back and forth?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, first one is, I would call it a low, but that's being dramatic. The name change process is not for the faint of heart.
No.
Especially, okay, so the initial part of name change, easy peasy. Oh, passport, social, ID. You just go, you go do it. And you just have to make the appointment. Once it's done, it's done. But now it's all the little things when you have to make the phone calls and you just have to sit and freaking wait. So yesterday I did some credit cards, some banking information. And the one lady, her name was Sue with capital One. She was it felt like talking to her mom or her grandma, and I just loved her And I just thanked her. I was like, thank you so much. I've had some shitty experiences and you're amazing. So that was nice. But
That's
dude,
awesome.
the insurance name change. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm still trying to do
changed
that.
mine there yet.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I realized like after I did the main things, that would allow me to like travel and to make sure I got paid. After that, I was like, fuck it. You know what? I'll just do it as I figure them out.
Yeah.
I think my credit cards, I still don't even think have changed. My bank accounts have changed.
Yeah.
But like my credit cards, I've gone through 3 different credit cards and they keep forgetting to change my name on the physical one they send me.
It's actually
like,
not too
I don't
hard.
even care.
It's not
No, I mean,
too bad.
I've called all the credit cards, we've changed it, and they're like, yeah, we'll send you a new card with your new name on it. Twice they've still sent me a card with my old name on it.
Oh, so it's then they're just not doing it right.
Them. Yeah.
Oh, that's
it's
annoying.
them. Yeah.
Like, bro, I don't want to call y'all again.
Yeah, so at this point I'm like, as long as the name on the account is fine, literally nobody's stopping me from spending money.
Woo!
So,
True.
whatever.
Oh God, I'm dying. Yeah, but so I've gotten those done. So my miracle worker Sue, she said, and she even expedited my cards, and she said I'll waive the fee and it'll get delivered right to your door. And I was like, thank you, because this was after I'd already called, I think legit 3 different people trying to figure out my insurance, because you can't just call your company. You have to go on the marketplace and call them. And then they told me, oh, well, you have to call the Georgia specific marketplace. And then they were already closed for the day. And I was like, this is ridiculous. And sometimes you can't always understand the people on the other line. And I feel like a jerk when I say, what was that again? So That's one of my buffaloes. It's the having to just be on the phone and the waiting part. It's really not that dramatic. There's a lot you can do online, like little things, but
the name change requires a lot of proof and like verification.
Understandably.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that I'm doing it, I'm just going all in, and I really want to get the insurance done because I don't know, just with having the baby, I just want to, I don't know, if I'm like, okay, I feel like that's an important one to have so everyone knows my real name. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they know.
Yeah. So, yeah, y'all just prepare. It's not like crazy bad. It's just annoying, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be years until I, like, am fully transitioned because I just finally gave up. I was like, whatever. I'll just do it as it comes.
Yeah,
and
the
then
big thing, as long as you get it.
I, like, make a sticky note, and eventually I'll look at the sticky note and be like, okay, today's the day.
I have to write it on my to-do list, or I won't do it. Because then I have to stare at it. Oh, darn it, I didn't mark that off. Because I will push it off.
Yeah.
What's one of mine? What's one of yours before I dive into any of my others?
I retired from YDLI this year. That was a buffalo.
Yeah,
so that was kind of crazy.
You were in that a while.
Yeah, for 8 years. So that was another fun program, and I retired. Like my term was up, but it felt like a retirement after 8 years.
I mean, that's a full-time job at that point.
Yeah, it was fun. It was, I'll miss it, but it was good to get something off my plate.
Yeah, you're a busy gal.
Yeah, I mean, like everybody else, but I'm just at a point now where I realize, like, I would like to do less.
Yeah, and I know everyone's busy in their own way, but you've always done a really incredible job about getting involved in things and volunteering your time and helping others. You have, though, and you're like, yes, everyone's busy in their own way, but you've really done an amazing job of part of your busy being volunteering and helping others and being involved in organizations, and I've always thought that's awesome, but I can imagine it's a lot to hold mentally.
Yeah, it's easier when you're in your 20s.
Yeah.
And it's literally just, like, it was just me.
Yeah,
and now
I
it's
can't
not
spend
just
all this
me,
time doing
right?
this.
Yeah. And, like, let's be real, my jobs weren't nearly as hard. Mm-hmm. So now that I have, like, a really big girl job, it's kind of like,
the timing worked out.
And a house and a yard.
Antics.
And these azalea bushes to manage, like, we got all kinds of things to do
We
over
are
here.
busy. But you are.
That was one, but that one was quick. Another one that was almost a high, but I put it here, was the Hawaii trip. And all the cool things we got. We'll do it here. The Buffa high.
Buff high.
High F. the buffet. Anyways, the Hawaii and the turtles that we snorkeled with, which were crazy. Like, literally this massive dude just swimming right towards us.
Oh.
And my sister and I literally both screaming into our snorkels. Like, that was a hilarious
Just
moment
excitement?
I think about.
Or kind of nervous?
Nervous. Like, if that guy wanted, he could have taken us down. He was big.
I don't think that's their goal, though. I don't know how strong their jaws are.
They're strong.
I mean, they're old. That guy might have been 100 years old.
Yeah, like, there was no tomfoolery with this man. He was huge. And then the other thing was seeing 3 whales breach at a time. Like, that was one of the craziest experiences
I thought you said 3 wheels. I was like,
no, whales,
wheelies.
3 whales breaching at a time. Like, that was one of the craziest experiences ever.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've seen a whale in the wild before. That's so
nuts.
cool.
Yeah, because I remember I got a video of 2 of them, and you can hear me in the background like, oh my god, I got that on video, guys. And Joe's dad being like, oh, let me see it.
Like, you're watching it right now.
Because we kept thinking they were tails, and we were arguing. I was like, let me zoom in and see if it's a tail. I thought it was a tail. They're like, no, it's a body. And then it was like, oh my god, it's bodies.
That's so cool.
And then, of course, later that day, Joey gets 3 of them at a time on camera just to top me. So,
well,
it was amazing. That
That
was like a crazy experience.
do you know what kind of whales they were, or what's maybe native to that area? Or passes
I think
through?
they might have just been like humpback whales.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
That's
that was
very
cool.
Oh, I love that for you. That was you had a Finding Nemo moment.
Literally.
Well, mine aren't as cool. Gosh, mine. Some of my other buffaloes, Walmart grocery pickup. You should have kept yours in your high. Got to see turtles and whales. Well, I get to pick up groceries from Walmart. So, but that's a buffalo for me because I would almost consider it high. But again, that's putting it on a pedestal with some pretty important things. But it's just been, I've discovered that's been pretty clutch to get to do that. And now they've started doing delivery to our area, which is pretty crazy. They're about 30-ish minutes away. So
they must have enough people to deliver to that's like worth the trip.
Yeah, so I signed up for the Walmart Plus they were doing a sale. And it kind of evens out then if I would do, a certain amount of delivery. So that has been really...
Sorry.
Y'all, for anyone, like, wait, what are we laughing about? This is one of Becca's lows. Just yawn at this point. I'm talking, and you can tell Becca is yawning, but she's trying not to yawn. So her whole face stretches out, and she just looks ridiculous. So maybe next time just yawn, Becca, or cover your face.
I know, but it's so rude, and I'm not yawning at your story.
It's not rude being this.
It's just early. I'm
Becca
sorry.
wants everyone to know when she's yawning, it's not because of me, because I'm amazing. I know that. She's yawning because she's tired.
Literally, that's it. That's why I look like this. That's why I'm yawning. It's because it's early. And it's 7:30. Okay, well.
No, he got up at 6-ish, so.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck you guys.
The farmers listening, or my family-in-law, I'm the one, 6 a.m. God, we've been up 5 hours already. Just kidding. But anyways, as I was talking about before, Becca so rudely interrupted with her yawn. That's my Walmart. Love it. Those are my options now. And it stops me from going overboard in stores because I love grocery shopping and buying unnecessary things. And then
I agree.
Yeah, I'm a little overboard. And another thing that controls me buying unnecessary things is my Newly rental boxes. I've been doing those this is my 3rd box, and I've been doing that for maternity wear just 'cause I could buy some, but I don't know how many times am I going to wear it or whatnot. I just don't need more clothes to permanently keep in my closet. So Newly rental's been clutch, except this month, and I was talking to Becca about it before. I got some overalls from Free People, and everyone said they run large, and all the reviews and even pictures. It's like, yeah, okay, those look like they run large. And so I sized up to a large, to accommodate the bump, and maybe I could have gone to an XL. It doesn't really matter. The fact is, they won't come up above my thighs. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah, if
something's wrong here.
Yeah, something's wrong. I think yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because you've had luck with other items of clothing that there's like proof there that there's something wrong with this piece of clothing.
Yeah, because, if I need to size up, that does not bother me at all. But it's the fact of, okay, when it won't even go above the thighs.
An XL doesn't even matter at that point.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter if I can't get it above my butt. So, I've had pretty good Nuuly experiences. And you can tell the stuff's worn. It's rental. But this one, and it's supposed to, I got the black pair. These look almost gray. I think they've just been probably used so much at this point. So, I'm going to contact them. Just be like, hey, guys.
Yeah, and send them a picture and like
of my butt sticking out.
Literally, even you trying them on, feel like this is not working.
It was wild. I was looking for a zipper. I was so flabbergasted of, wait, do these overalls have zippers? Am I missing something? No, I don't know. It made me feel really dumb. I thought I was just putting them on wrong. But I don't know I don't know what type of dryer can shrink clothing by that much.
Yeah.
Maybe industrial dryers. I don't know. But that's my final Buffalo for kind of the year, right? Because I've been using Nuuly for a couple months. Okay. Any more from you?
Yeah, just one more, and it's shout out to the people who text us after every episode.
Yeah.
We gave Rachel the shout out for the Buffalo, and then there's 2 people who text me almost like on the dot every single week, and that's Sam and Lindsay.
Yes.
And Sam always I love that she literally puts hers in a bulleted list of her thoughts.
Yeah, because then Becca texts me the feedback, and I love it.
And then Lindsay will always just have like a funny reaction to something. Like our last episode, her LOLing at the number of Amazon packages and credit card debt conversation of whenever you get married.
Mm-hmm.
And she also agreed that changing your name is a pain in the butt. Which is why her name is still Lindsay Warden. So hopefully she doesn't mind that I shared that.
That's why I waited 2 years. But shout out to our...
Yeah, shout out to our fans.
I know, I feel rude. Like, shout out to our fans. Shout out to the women and men who listen and provide the feedback and are consistent listeners. We really do appreciate it. It's fun. I think that's one of my favorite parts is just hearing feedback and getting to having conversations around the conversations we have, because it is fun to hear, just people resonate with what you're saying a little bit.
Yeah.
Or disagree. That's cool too.
Yeah, I don't think we ever say anything very controversial on this
No,
podcast.
Our marriage advice was like the title said, really didn't have anything too crazy.
Yeah, no, we literally gave 0 advice.
A little bit. Maybe.
Okay, maybe.
Maybe someone found it helpful. Maybe.
It was more so we were just talking about, okay, we're married in life. Yeah, it was a recap of being married.
Yeah, which... Yeah, I can't. We're not therapists or anything. So can you come out with anything too earth-shattering?
No.
Well, any other? Did we miss any of your high-low buffaloes?
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, that was our high-low buffaloes of 2025, and to end it, I thought maybe of wait, what did I initially say? Oh, like okay, maybe what are some random obsessions? But then I also found a funny idea on TikTok. Shout out to TikTok. And that was a buffalo for a low for a moment. It was going to disappear. Now it's back. Yay. So I can find funny things like this. Let me read exactly what the girl called it. But it's basically, okay, tell me the most unhinged snack food you used to eat as a kid. I don't mean the Dunkaroos or Pop-Tarts. Give me the weird-ass snacks that you would never touch today.
Okay. And Emily, yours was...
Yeah, and I commented this too. Tyler and I, our brother, we would just take sticks of butter and eat them under the table because we knew we weren't supposed to be doing that. So that's why we were hiding under the table. And I don't honestly know. I just remember kind of the act of doing it, but I don't remember actually how much I would eat of this butter. Did I actually make it through a whole stick? I hope not, because that really is psychotic behavior. Maybe I just took a nibble. I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't think you were a take nibbles kind of child.
I just taking a full chunk of butter and chewing it sounds insane.
You were insane.
It's kind of gross. I mean, like just chewing butter. That's what I was doing.
I'm just like you two were like little gremlins under the table eating butter.
They told us once we couldn't do it, and we were like, you know what? We don't even like this that much, but you can't tell us that. We're gonna keep doing it.
Literally.
So I don't know how long we did it either. Maybe we need to confirm this. I just remember it happening. I don't remember if it was a long-term problem or if it was a very short-term.
It was like a one-time thing.
Yeah, but it was
just a retaliation.
Probably.
I also remember we used to fight over the half and half creamers.
Oh my gosh. No, you're making
Do you remember it like restaurants? Oh shit. That's why I look like yawning. Sorry.
Yes, half and half creamers. I still, to this day, I don't fight over them. I won't drink them as much, but oh my gosh, the little creamers at restaurants.
They're like so buttery.
Oh, so good. Yeah, it tastes like drinking liquid butter. Maybe that's also why I love them so
probably
much.
why. Yeah, we used to, I remember, ask for extra ones at the table and we would drink them, which is insane behavior.
It's like taking little shots. We've been dairy kids, man. We're dairy.
Yeah, that's true. And then mine, I feel like my snack, what did I say? Oh, it was bread with mayonnaise on it. And that's it.
Did you toast the bread or just kind of roll it up?
I think I just it was folded in half and I ate it. And I think that was it. But it wasn't mayonnaise, I'm sorry, Miracle Whip.
Oh yes, we were a Miracle Whip family, not a mayonnaise family.
We were a Miracle Whip family, and now I'm a mayonnaise girl, a Duke's mayonnaise to be specific. But
same, because Ruben's dad, he's not picky about much, but he loves the Duke mayonnaise.
Yeah, I don't really know if there's that much of a difference, but now I have convinced myself that there is. But yeah, that's the craziest thing I can remember eating. Otherwise, I ate a shit ton of pickles. I feel like from a young age, Mom must have eaten a lot of vinegary things because that's what I liked as a kid.
Yeah,
and that's what I like now.
What's it sound like? From a young age, she knew who she was.
Crunches on a pickle.
So you've always liked pickles. I've always liked butter. Which who doesn't love butter?
What were some of the crazy ones that they said on that video?
Okay, so this one is actually kind of funny because we had apple trees in our yard, crab apples on the way to school. They also always had worm and bugs in them. We always had apples. I feel like we would maybe try and then I get geeked out by bugs.
Yeah, I don't really remember eating them that much because they were always gross.
Yeah.
I remember eating the cherries and the strawberries and the blackberries, but that's not unhinged.
No, but apparently these kids ate the apples regardless of the bugs. Yeah.
So gross.
Also, here's one that I feel like I've definitely done before. The cold, straight out of the package hot dogs. I could eat the whole pack. I think I've eaten a hot dog out of the fridge before, just as is.
Move on.
Okay, that's dramatic reaction.
That's gross.
It's a cold hot dog.
Oh, but it's like slimy and...
No, maybe rinse it off or something.
I don't like that.
Okay, well, you're a loser. This one's just random. Cheese slices folded in half until they can't fold in half anymore and stacked in a tower, then one tiny slice at a time.
That's so specific, and they have OCD.
Yeah, did you actually do that? Like, that's so specific.
I remember, like, bending them and folding them because it was fun. Like, because the craft slices would, like, break.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the cheese it's not cheese. Those are you even able to bend those? I feel like those would just mesh together.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, some of these are, someone said, oh, so we all grew up in ingredient households. Oh God, some of these are gross. I won't even read them. But here's one. I used to scrape the freezer frost and put sugar on it and eat it. Girl, you need a Frosty or something.
Psycho behavior.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, literally a snow cone. Like, girl was craving a snow cone.
She needed a popsicle. But those were some of them. And there were just some other really gross ones. I saw one about someone would eat a Cheez-It, bite it, and mush it up and spit it on another cheese and eat it. I was like, that's disgusting. That is, to have to look at your mushed up food. I can't. Let me drink some water. I shouldn't have said it out loud.
We're both literally gagging. Sorry.
That's disgusting.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so...
I feel that in my throat.
Yeah, that's shame to that person.
Fucking bird?
Like, hope they have a terrible day.
Honestly, I do hope they have a terrible day.
Who does that? I don't care if you're a kid. I don't care how old you are. Don't do that.
No. Oh my god. Serial killer behavior.
Psycho behavior. Well, what a way to end it. Gagging and mushy Cheez-Its.
I feel like we should, like, insert warning. They will start gagging.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, we can do now. Too late. Sorry if you listen to that too and you
You're
thought it
on
was
the
disgusting.
journey with us.
Yeah, you got to experience it real time with us. Rough living over here, man.
That's funny.
Gosh. I know we're coming to an end on it. And thanks everyone for tuning in for the year and tuning in for all of our seasons so far. And again, it's a see you later, a prolonged maternity leave, and who knows what life's gonna look like over the next couple of months.
We're about to find out.
I know, we're gonna have a major high-low buffalo coming in a couple of months, but thanks for just being silent supporters or supporters who text your feedback to us or talk about it, whatever it may be. It is fun to have this honestly week to week, just really for Becca and I to catch up and get to chit chat, even if we have to do it at 6:30 in the morning as our time to catch up and chat with each other. Hey, it works. It gets my ass out of bed and then I start my day, right? So it's a good thing for me. And if y'all want to continue following along, of course, I mean, we're on all socials. Maybe we'll post some, throwbacks on there. Who knows what it may be, but we're everywhere on Cowgirl Talk. And we're here, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. And if you do enjoy the episode, continue to share it, subscribe, all those things. Again, I know we're taking a little bit of a break, so asking you to do that, you're like, no thanks. But if you want to, we do appreciate it.
Yeah, why not? I mean, catch up with us, and we'll see you after the Cowgirl Talk maternity leave.
Yes, we will. But thanks,
all
everyone.
Right. And as always, have a great day.
Bye.
Cowgirls. Have a great day, cowgirls.
Okay, we can't end it on that note. Let's, in 3, 2, 1.
And as always, have a great day, cowgirls.
Bye.
Bye.